Ah, my miner is happy to see me. Good, good. I'm going to die. There we go. Alright, I rather urgently need some magnesium if I'm going to build bullets to shoot down the meteors. Hi! Hi everyone. Hang on a second. Right. Big hole. Magnesium. Where can I find magnesium? We're going to have to go for a ride. 1 second. I no longer have the oxygen and the hydrogen bottles that I need to breathe and fly. Production bottles. There we go. Make one apiece. Oh, do we have no iron at all? 1 minute. Down the hole. Whoop. Okay. Hi, everyone. Hi and welcome. I hope you're having a nice morning. Good morning, by the way. Yeah, I'm in a pretty good mood this morning. I woke up pretty damn early. I woke up at around about 6 in the morning, and I got on with, because I just had some energy, I got a coffee, and I got on with editing today. So, editing takes the form of that video essay that I'm always on about, so the forest one. I think it's going quite well, although, here's the drama, I can't easily quantify how much is left because of specific weirdness with this final section of this 45-minute chunk. I explained it in a Patreon post. It's a little difficult to explain. Effectively, the pacing of the scenes is no longer being dictated by the pace of my voice, but by how the story is unfolding. So because of that, what I thought was going to be an easy 10 minutes is now getting longer and longer because there are like multiple 30-second segments of me just wandering around and looking at things in the story. Again, I hope it'll make sense when you see it. So I have no idea how far through I am, I'm going to be honest. I can't easily quantify exactly where the fuck I am right now. I'm making good progress though. Definitely feels like I'm making good progress. Hang on. But I can't give you an exact number on what that progress looks 15 minutes long. And I finished the first hour and it's linked below the stream. It's a video essay on a game called The Forest, and I'm working on the next 45-minute chunk. I'm somewhere in the 40-something minute of that 45, but it's very difficult to quantify. Effectively, the tone of the editing has changed, and now the pace is not being dictated by my voice anymore, because the story has stopped being open world, and it started becoming quite linear, because it's the end game, it's the finale. So as a result, I've got to just stop talking and just let the story play out for quite considerable amount of time. As in, there are several moments where I just stop, play the story for like 30 seconds. 2 more sentences I speak, then stop, play the story for another 30 seconds. So now the time is going a bit weird on me. If that makes any sense. Well, no, it's not scope creep, Duck. It's more that the tone is no longer under my direct control. It could be. I could just talk over what's going on in the game in rapid fire whatever, but I feel that would be doing the forest a disservice. For as much as I'm wanting to talk about it, it is actually very good. Okay. Right, there we go. Just loading up some magnesium into the miner, reversing. How about voicing over game footage? Yes, indeed. That's typically how a video essay goes, Sipsaf. So you're more talking through points whilst showing visuals to back up those points. So the pace is normally entirely dictated by how quickly you speak. But now that is just not true anymore for the final segment. For if... I can't talk about it without spoilers. Basically, if the character does something that takes 30 seconds to animate, talking over it would be... not good. Sorry, who said that? Sorry, Sif. I'm so sorry, Sipsaf. I spun to the left and read the chat quickly, but it was Sif, not Sipsaf. Sorry. Okay. There was a bullshittery, Ends Benz, on the forest, but this isn't a bullshittery. Very much so. Hard recommend, Dr. Shadow. Hard recommend on the forest. It is very, very good, but it is also very head melting. Like, I finished the game and I was like, what the fuck? What? And I just want to talk about why it was that. Will I play The Forest 2? Abso-fucking-lutely. Without a moment's hesitation. For reasons that I hope will become clear. I am desperate. I want a counterexample. I'm hoping it will prove to be a counterexample. Basically, it did something weird, and I want to see if it's going to keep doing that something weird. Like, is the dev team just weird, or did they realize what they did and they fixed it? Or like, you know, I'm explode. I just want to talk about it. I'm so desperate to talk about it, but I can't, because I'll spoil the shit out of the video.
I'm sitting and I'm making 3D models of a table that has really advanced like folding capabilities, and my brain is melting, so I'm really happy to have a break. Like, the program's really good when you know how to use it. But
what program is it?
A program called SolidWorks.
I've not heard of it.
Like, you use it in design and often in like can do like really good renderings and stuff. And I think a lot of I don't know, it's like a CAD software. Yeah. It's really fun when it works, and it's been working so far, knock on wood. But I also know that it can just decide to not work, and I'll never know why. And so I'm like anxiously attaching things to other things, and I'm like, please, don't die.
So you're making a table?
Yeah. Folding table.
Okay. It's part of your coursework?
Yeah.
Oh, hello. Cool. Well, I hope it goes well.
How are you doing?
Yeah, good. I woke up really early. Good mood. Got on with work. I think it's going well. Got coffee.
New.
Yeah,
You're
walked
in
the
a
dog.
good mood.
I know. I'm often in a good mood. I am a cheery person, Birdie. My rants and come from a place of joy.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
You're a cheery person, are you?
I'm a cheery person.
Yeah. Okay.
Am I not a cheery person?
I wouldn't say so.
No. Okay. I thought normally I'm quite chipper.
Well, well, the one time that I went to you and I was like, this is really bothering me, you went, and I'm reading off of exactly what you wrote.
Oh, no.
You wrote, at this rate, your head is probably going to fall into the sink.
Oh, yeah, I
And
did say that,
all.
didn't
That's the amount of like support and cheering that you did. It's a very cheery person.
But I was trying to provide. Look, I know menopause is really difficult, but I was trying to provide the best sort of humor and assistance that I could at this trying time. It happens to all women.
I thought menopause was more, when they reach your age, like 50s, 60s.
Yeah.
Not really 24, is it?
Oh dear. No, I hope you're well.
Yeah, I just looked at the table and I realized I've done something wrong.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh no.
The sound of resignation.
It's too thick.
E. Well, yeah. How is the cat?
Great.
He's great.
It's fantastic. I've started doing this like little thing where I'm like, you know what? I love him so much. I'm gonna spoil him.
Yeah.
And so I'm doing stuff as well. I basically started. Well, I'm gonna sound insane. But he like came up to me yesterday, and I was like, you know what? Whenever I brush him, he gets really like playful, and we don't really get to have like a chill time. And I think it's good for him to like relax a little bit. So I started playing like spa music as I brushed my cat.
Spa music while you brush the cat.
Yeah, and I like talked to him. I was like, "You are so handsome. Oh, look at your beard."
Aww.
Hi, Chrissy.
Hello there, Christina.
Hello. I'm not gonna interrupt for long. I just wanted to let you guys know. I don't know if this is a thing in Sweden, but I know it isn't in the UK. In Germany, we have St. Nicholas on the 6th of December, where like kids get all kinds of gifts and sweets, and I spoil Luna
Yeah.
on that day.
Oh,
So I think
Aw.
you should give Lulu and Hattie a lot of treats today as well,
oh, it's
Yeah, good
treat
idea.
day.
because it's Christmas and it's Saint Nicholas in Germany, and that's a reason.
So what do you do on Christmas?
Well, Germany does Christmas on the 24th. We usually do a
Oh, we
big
did the
Christmas
24th
dinner.
too.
But that's
Yeah, so
not.
does France.
But Christina, so you're not timing it with the optimal gift-giving season. This is bad business for Germany. You're meant to do it at the same time on the 25th, so you can ramp up. Basically,
Oh no. So Germany has 3 days of Christmas basically at this
Oh.
point, because
They're
we
doing
get
it
we
even-
get Christmas Eve, the 24th, where you have like kids and their parents,
Uh-huh.
and then we have the 25th, which is our Christmas day as well, where usually you'd go to your grandparents, and then there's also a second day of Christmas in Germany, the 26th, which is your Boxing Day, where we end up going to like extended family.
So why does your nation hate retail workers so much?
Oh, all stores are closed on those days.
Okay.
Also, they don't have Sundays open, which is super fucking weird.
Yeah.
Like, I hate that. I'm sorry, Germany, but it's stupid.
What?
On
What's
on
super, sorry?
Sundays,
That
everything
their
but
stores are
kiosks
closed.
and gas stations are closed.
On Sundays.
Yeah. Britain used to have similar, but over time, as religious people started dying, it started stopping.
It's so stupid, because, like, imagine the amount of, like, students that would be like, yeah, I'd love to work on a Sunday. Because, one, you get more money on a Sunday because it's, like, a rest day.
Yeah.
And also, they can't work while they're studying, so, like, a Sunday's perfect. Like, there's so many people who would want to work on a Sunday. Also, it's so fucking stupid when you're in Germany, and you're like, oh, we're gonna watch a movie tonight, let's head down to the shop. Oh, no, never mind, it's closed.
Mhm.
Can't get snacks, we can't do anything. Oh,
Why
so
do you hate retail workers in Germany?
We don't.
They're not allowed a rest day?
No, they have too many rest days. Work them
see.
harder.
Right. Oh,
That's the
But
issue.
Birdie wants them flogged.
according to a poll that was just done in the UK, I live in the most godless city in all of the UK.
Perfect.
Yeah. That has the
That's
highest number of
something to be proud
atheists
of.
in all of the UK.
That's kind of fun.
Yeah.
Good that you're good at something.
Yeah. Well, this is where all the gays live.
Oh.
Yeah, it's like the mecca. It's like LGBT, lots of clubs, lots of stuff like that.
Oh,
so
I love
That's
that.
where I live in Germany as well. Cologne
yeah?
is the
Similar?
same for my GP on the street. There's like at least 4 gay and kink clubs.
yeah.
And
It's
I
huge in
discovered
Bri-
this
in Brighton.
going to my GP the first time.
I don't know. Stockholm's just big. Stockholm's just the capital. I don't know if we'd say it's the capital of, like, the gays, but there's a lot of gay people here.
The capital of the gays.
There's a lot of people here.
Yeah. Yeah, some lady I was dating like years ago took me to a gay bar
What?
just to see if I would notice.
We're dating someone?
No, this is years ago, like in my 20s.
Oh.
Like I tried when I was
Yeah,
in my
that's
20s. I
years
gave up.
ago.
Yeah. I noticed. To my credit, I noticed. I was like, it was basically that exact scene with Homer Simpson. This lesbian bar doesn't have a fire exit. Yeah.
Wait, so you dated a lesbian?
No.
Oh, okay.
She just took me there as a joke.
Oh.
She just had a sense of humor and huge tits. What?
I haven't checked out, like, the drag scene in Stockholm, but I know that there's some really good drag queens in the UK, and I really want to go to a drag show.
I can't say I've ever been to one of those.
Have you ever watched? There's a show called RuPaul's Drag Race,
Okay.
and it's actually fantastic. The British, like, the UK version is better because they're so much more crude and funny. The
Okay.
Americans are kind of like, hee hee dick, and then the British ones are like, you fucking, like, like they just spew out words, and it's great. But
There's
I
lots
wanna
more
go-
profanity.
Yeah. There's one called, one of my favorite ones are called Bimini Bon Boulash.
Uh-huh.
That's her drag name. Like a punk drag queen, and it's really fun. And if people haven't watched it, they really should, because it's a good time.
Have drag queens ever taken up drag racing? Because it feels like a bit of a slam dunk insofar as marketing is concerned.
It's like a joke name. Drag race is just like drag queens competing against each other on being the best drag queen. They
Wait.
don't drive cars.
It comes from drag racing, or
No, they've taken
It's
the
a
name
play on
because
words
it's,
with
yeah,
drag racing.
Yeah.
but where does the term
Soviet
drag queen
meant-
come from?
Drag queen. Oh.
I don't know.
Let's go for a history lesson.
Queen
Yeah, anyone?
origin.
What is it? Why that word?
The term originated as British theatre slang in the 19th century was used to describe women's clothing worn by men.
So just like ancient Edwardian or Victorian theatre slang.
Yeah.
Because back in the day, it was.
Oh
it
yeah,
was-
because you weren't allowed to have women in
Yeah.
theatre, so it's
Yeah, it
men
was on-
dressing up. Oh yeah.
It was only men
And they
because.
called it men putting on their drags when they dressed up as women.
Oh.
So they're drag queens now.
Plot of the film Shakespeare in Love. I hated that film. I can't remember why. Hang on.
I feel like I've seen.
It's like fucking years ago I saw that film. I think it's because it was all, everyone was like, "Oh, it's amazing! Oh, it's amazing!" And I watched it. I was like, "Eh."
I think they made us watch this film. Cool. And I don't remember why.
Oh, bloody hell!
Bloody hell.
I just died for no reason. You mocking my accent?
Sometimes.
Right.
Whenever I hear, you've watched Harry Potter, right?
No, actually.
Whenever I hear someone say bloody hell, in
Mm-hmm.
my head I hear, bloody hell, Harry, because that's what one of them.
Ah. No, I never saw. Oh shit! Where's my stuff gone?
That's odd that you haven't watched it. Have you read them? Do you know
I-
what the story is about?
I read. So as I keep repeating, I read one book, and it wasn't even the first one, so it was hella confusing.
Fuck Soviet.
It was The Prisoner of Azkaban, and a lot of shit happened, and it took me a good portion of the book before I realized there was magic in it.
Prisoner of Azkaban's the second one, right?
Third.
Third, okay.
What's the second one?
Chamber of Secrets.
Oh.
I earned my Harry Potter tattoo, okay?
Okay.
I remember.
No,
I remember
but you
that
shouldn't
there was-
watch it at this point and read it. It's not worth it anymore, in my opinion.
There was a time traveling deer. There was a
What?
prison system that was in desperate need of reform. The guards were trying to kiss everybody. It was kind of weird.
What?
Like they
Are
would.
you sure you've been reading Harry Potter?
They would-
No,
they
Well,
would-
no,
okay.
that's true. The mentors tried to kiss Sirius at the end.
And
Didn't they try to suck his soul out?
Yeah, but they call it the Dementor's
I
kiss.
think I've dated someone like that once. Yes, the Dementors. Yes, but it was a very strange read, and yeah.
I never read the Harry Potter books, actually. I don't remember. Have I read books? Maybe.
Have I read books?
Can I
What is
read?
book?
There was one that I
Made
used
of
to
paper.
love. There was one that when I was really young that my dad used to read for me,
Mhm.
and it was like super. It was called Artemis Fowl.
Oh God, that one.
Hmm.
There was a big
I-
kerfuffle about the film recently.
Wait, really? There's a film?
Yeah, there was a film, and apparently they just like fucking ignored the source material, and
What?
it's horrible. Apparently, I'll send you a link later. A YouTuber did like I think Dominic Noble is his name. He does like Lost in Translation, where he talks about the book series versus the film, and he just rips into it.
Well, the thing is, there's not a lot of backstory to him if you really
And-
dig
yeah,
into it. He's
and-
a super rich, like billionaire's kid.
Yeah, and
Who's
they
also like a psycho.
and they butchered it. Like he's a like, goody two shoes kid. He's not even a
What?
villain. Yeah, yeah.
But he's the villain.
I know. It's
He's
weird.
trying to like steal money.
Yeah.
Because
And-
he needs that clearly.
And he it turns out he's not stealing money because he's a villain. He's following his dad's footsteps, who is trying to protect the world against this evil like plot MacGuffin technology.
But that's
Um,
just not true.
Yeah, and this fairy like police officer who's like the first female fairy police officer. She's not even the first because Judi Dench was cast. So like she's like the head of the police division, the fairy. What are they called again? So all of that is gone, and it turns out he doesn't kidnap her for to hold her ransom. They're
Also,
friends.
that was a guy at first, wasn't it? It was like he kidnaps like a little gremlin.
Doesn't he kidnap the chick in the book?
No.
I thought that was the idea. He holds her
Not-
life at ransom and says, like, pay me the ransom or I blow her brains out or something.
Not in the first one. Maybe
No,
it was
maybe
a
I'm-
chick. I always thought it was a dude, but maybe I'm just.
But because that was a big part of the character conflict. It was the fact that she was meant to be the first ever female police officer in this very sexist society. And
Yeah.
here she is like, oh my god, I've been caught. I'm going to embarrass the division or whatever it's called.
Mm.
And that was itself a conflict because Holly is her name apparently.
I feel like the Artemis Fowl fandom feels the same
Leprechaun?
way about this movie as the Last Airbender fandom felt about theirs.
Stop! Do not start that. That is.
I have
it's-
never watched it. It does not exist
It
to
is
me.
disgusting.
Wha-
Like the Last Airbender. So did you watch the anime?
Who? Me?
The Last Airbender. Yeah.
No.
So it's like a fantastically made. Some people don't consider it an anime because it was like produced in LA or somewhere,
Mm-hmm.
and they're like, it has to be done in Japan if it's an anime, but that's not true. Anyway.
Didn't they use a
fantastic-
Japanese studio though for
Yeah, but-
for help?
Yeah, but they're still like, it's not. It's just people gatekeeping shit.
Yeah, stupid people.
But anyway, it's like this fantastic story about like people who are able to like bend elements. So it's like fire, water, earth,
Heart.
and
Ah.
I only know them in Swedish. Fuck.
Fire, airbenders,
Air.
waterbenders,
Air. Yeah, waterbenders and earth.
and earth.
And then some people like develop it, and some people who can bend water can also bend blood,
Really?
which is freaky as fuck. And it's like basically illegal.
I'm having a heart attack. Ah!
Yeah. No, but it's like that creepy.
Yeah.
And like some earthbenders can bend metal because it's like it's basically really powerful ones
Yeah.
can like bring it beyond.
Yeah.
But then there's one avatar, and the avatar can bend everything, and there's always one avatar until the avatar dies, and then he's reborn as someone else.
It's like the Dalai Lama.
Yeah, and he needs to learn how to control all of the elements. So it's not like you just know it; you have to practice it.
Mhm.
And the whole thing is that in the show, it's like, oh, people who bend earth, they can like move. Like if there's a lot of people, they can like move mountains,
Uh-huh,
basically.
uh-huh.
And in the live action, there are like 5 earthbenders doing a stupid dance and then moving the tiniest little pebble.
I've seen the scene, yeah.
Yeah.
They're like,
And-
huh, huh, and then this
yeah.
tiny rock like
Yeah.
floats
And
towards the guard.
It's like they could have picked it up and thrown it faster than they did bending it.
But
And it is so infuriating.
And-
And
and
it was so bad.
even the concept that like it's a prison camp for earthbenders, they could have escaped like any time in the last several weeks because they're being stored around Earth.
Yeah, in the show, they're on like a platform built in the ocean.
And
Like
it's
they-
full metal. Like
Yeah, and it's
those
fully
earthbenders can't bend metal.
Yeah, the only thing they get to do is they get to move like coal. And then at the end, they basically realize that, oh, if we work together, we can bend coal because it's kind of like metal materials, like
Yeah.
earth. It comes from the earth. But like the whole show is like, oh, yeah, we're gonna move them out of their elements so they can't their powers. And then
Yeah.
on some people, they'll be like, we're gonna like cover their hands or whatever so they can't use their hands to bend with. Like it's really elaborate in how they do it in the show.
Yeah.
And then in the movie, it's just like, yeah, no. No, it takes like 7 people to move a pebble. That's fine.
Yeah, and it's a martial arts film, but they got M Night Shyamalan to do it, and he's like, he does these long, slow shots apparently, whereas a martial arts film, there's something to do with the way that you film a martial arts property. That I can't remember. I'm not explaining this well, but I love to watch video essays on it. Effectively, yeah, he's the exact wrong type of director for that type of film.
Yeah. Yeah, I believe that.
Oh, thank you, M3
Anyway.
Are we? Thank you. But yeah, I love to watch like video essays of people tearing into the last Airbender.
Ugh.
Some of them are really funny.
Honestly, I'm one of the people that's gonna make one of those one day.
You should.
That
The
was-
show
that
is
was-
really worth watching though.
The show's amazing. Like the show is like it's super fucking long and it's really like in depth and it's
Like I've
really
watched it
Yeah.
5 times in the last 3 years alone, I think.
And when it comes to something like both this and Artemis Fowl, it's definitely a case of like the often repeated point that if you're going to adapt something but then ignore the source material, who the fuck is it even for then?
Yeah.
It's like, what are you doing? You've got like a pre-made...
That's not an adaptation, that's a fan fiction.
Yeah, but you've got like a pre-made thing with like its audience baked in, and you know what works and what doesn't because, surprise, it's got how many million or whatever, people, consume that media.
The Witcher is calling.
Yeah, and then you come along and you make changes to make it yours. It's like, what the fuck are you doing? Yeah, it reeks of the auteur, like I know better. When no, you don't. Stop it.
One of the issues that I had when I was like reading books, I don't read books anymore, so it was like a while ago, and when I was still learning kind of English, I read The Hunger Games.
Uh-huh.
And some of the names in that like book, like I still believe that I know how to pronounce them better.
Right.
Apparently, you don't pronounce it as Haymitch, you say Hamish,
Hamish,
which
yeah.
is stupid.
Who's
It's
saying
What?
hey Mitch?
I say Haymitch.
You say hey
But
Mitch.
no.
Hey
There's a
Mitch.
T in there.
This is not a thing.
Yes, there's a T in there. It's spelled Hey Mitch. Why would you not pronounce it Hey Mitch?
Isn't it like a Irish or Welsh name?
I don't
This
care.
is Voldemort all over again.
Voldemort.
Haymitch was like, and it's
Apparently Voldemort's name is French, so it's supposed to be Voldemort with a silent T at the end as
That
well.
sounds cool. Oh, uh-oh.
oh means death in French,
Wait a minute. What the fuck?
I think.
Voldemort. That sounds way better than actually.
Oh,
Now, with your specific accent on it. Hang on.
What the German accent?
Say it
I
again.
did live in France.
Say it again.
Voldemort.
That's
I did live in
like
France
that.
for
That's
almost
cool.
3 years.
Yeah.
Oh,
That's
it
way
means-
better than Voldemort.
It means death flight. Voldemort means death flight. That's so stupid. He actually has a name that means something.
What about Hermie one?
Sorry.
Everyone.
What?
I got
Hermione.
way through the Prisoner of Azkaban before I realized it was Hermione.
Oh.
In German, we didn't have that problem because her name is spelled the same except without the O, so it's just Hermine.
Ah.
Isn't that a bunny breed?
Mm.
It's possible, but it's also a very old-timey German name. Like a lot of 40s, 50s born people would have had that name.
Sylvia, I don't
Mm-hmm.
think you're allowed to laugh at me saying "Hey Mitch" when you say Hermie one. Like, I'm just gonna put that out there.
Yeah,
That's-
yeah. I'd never seen it written down. What do you want from me?
As a German kid, I always thought it was Hermione, which is not much better.
Oh dear.
What have I done to this poor
But yeah,
thing?
I mean, yeah. So if you're going to adapt something, what's the point of ignoring the source material and its strengths?
Yeah.
And at the same time, it's complicated because you can't just like flatly adapt something either. Granted, there's got to be some change to fit an alternate medium, right? But when it comes to the Avatar thing specifically, the medium, so you're going from a cartoon to live action. It's not as if you're turning from a book into a film where, yeah, quite a lot is probably unfilmable.
But it's also like they have the entire thing. They don't have to do anything. They just have to do it. And they're like, no. Let's fuck it up.
Yeah.
And it was the same thing. And I've said this so many times. It was the same thing when they did Winx Club.
Wink
Oh.
Club?
Winx Club. It's like about fairies. And
Okay.
it was really good. Except they decided to just not have, like, the whole thing was. It was like this girl who lived on Earth. And she found out that she was a fairy. And they had like these amazing transitions where they would go from like, they'd like scream something like, Winx Club, and then they would like go into like a music scene. And you'd see this like glittery, like super hyper feminine transition into like the cutest outfits, very revealing outfits.
Sounds like the Power Rangers, to be honest.
No, but yeah, but it was really, really good.
Okay.
But now imagine if they did the Power Rangers, but instead of having that transition, they just put on a leather jacket.
You're gonna send that to me later then.
Yeah,
They just put
like,
on a leather jacket.
it's like depressing, and she doesn't even like. I need to find them wings because the transformations were so good.
I think I remember you complaining about this like a few months ago.
It was so.
We had a chat, didn't we? I remember this. Yeah. You sent me a link to, and it was really stupid.
But it's so good as well. Oh, I'm looking at them now, and she's like, "Bloom, magic wings," and then it's like, oh,
Jacket goes on.
No. This is the good ones. This is when she turns into like a fireball, and then like she's like naked but covered up in glitter.
I remember this exact thing. Like they did like a badly animated Adobe After Effects plugin.
Yeah.
Like her like flame would appear around her briefly, and then she was in a leather jacket. I remember this. I remember this.
And it is so stupid. Imagine if they did that to anything else. Also, they turned into the show into like anyone can be whatever, and it's like that's fine, but the whole like thing, at least for me when I watched it, was that this was a show with like hyper femininity girliness, right?
Okay.
It wasn't trying to be like oh, you know, they can wear whatever they want, because they are wearing what they want, but it's like it's really like cute. But instead they're like, oh, now they're gonna wear leather jackets because that's cool, that makes them tough, and it's like, you have missed the point.
Yeah. Do you reckon was it written by a man?
Oh, I'm not sure.
Do you
Actually,
reckon
let me have a
that's
look.
part of the problem? It was written by someone who has no like concept of what the draw is. You can look it up. Yeah.
What would we
Producer,
call it? Like director?
Because if it is something that its identity is tied with the feminine I can't even with the feminine aesthetic, is it fucked if a man tries to do it?
No, do you know what? The original show is done by a man, an Italian man.
Oh, okay, maybe I'm talking bullshit.
I just want to know who's made the.
Because there's an interesting thing. Have you ever seen that video by Folding Ideas on the 50 Shades of Grey?
We can talk about the 50 Shades of Grey, and I'll tell you everything that's
the first
wrong
film
with
is interesting compared to the next two because... Oh, you're right, Christina.
Sorry, my dog pushed over a bottle.
Yeah, so the first film was interesting because apparently the filmmakers actually really tried. Like, they tried to do something good with the material. And I think the first two filmmakers were women. And so the first film was apparently not too bad. The second two films, though, it turns out those directors got fired and replaced with some work-for-hire bloke who does, like, adverts or some shit, right? And then the framing of everything changes dramatically because all of a sudden a man is doing it. So it's no longer a case of, you're looking at this sort of sleek... sorry, what's the name of the guy in 50 Shades? You know, is it Mr. Grey? Like
Mr. Grey,
yeah, like
Grey,
so it's no longer sort of like this muscular dude, sort of like walking sultry in this sort of sultry way towards the camera, in this sort of like I'm coming to fuck you sort of thing. Apparently, it's like there are shots of him like working out and getting buff, and it's all like. It's a man through the lens, like through the framing of a man looking at a man, not
like,
a woman looking at a man.
Women like.
Yeah, which is weird because it's 50 Shades of Grey.
There's like a bunch of memes that got really popular of like female characters written by men. And it's like, it's so stupid. I'm gonna try to find you an example and read you.
Yeah. Hang on. Whoop.
And it's just like some male characters have no clue about women.
I'd bet my life on it that Robin Scherbatsky was written by a man.
I don't know what that is, so.
From How I Met Your Mother.
I keep hearing.
What's the like? How do you feel about like stuff being read on your stream, Soviet?
It depends.
Breasts and nipples.
Yeah, it's fine. It's set to adult.
I need to
Go.
find.
Give us
So-
your
so-
best 50 Shades reading. Let's go.
She
So,
chested
this is-
breastily.
This is this is a like someone making fun of how men write it, so
Okay,
it's not
yeah.
a proper
It's
one.
ba-
They
ooh,
wrote.
ooh, no. Sorry, carry on.
They wrote. Sandra woke up in the rays of the sun streaming through the slats of her blinds. Cascading over her naked chest, she stretched, her breasts lifting with her arms as she greeted the sun. She rolled out of bed and put on a shirt, her nipples prominently showing through the thin fabric, her breasts boobily to the stairs and bitted downwards.
Boobily.
Yeah. It's just the
Yeah, like breast continually.
yeah.
Yeah. But no, yeah, if you haven't seen it, definitely watch that video that I'm shilling about, so the Folding Ideas one on 50 Shades. It's so interesting because he goes into like the background of the whole novel thing, right? And how it was basically written by, it's like a fan fiction author who filed the serial numbers off. It's like where you take your fan fiction and you just change some names and pretend that it's sort of, it's a proper piece of work and not a piece of fan fiction.
Yeah.
And it's really intriguing just listening about how the transition from fan fiction to film and how she clashed continually with like the film creative staff and got them fired. Yeah, you'd love it. It's amazing.
Oh my god, I'm just finding so many bad ones of men describing women. Another one, this is actually from a book though, is her figure I saw following along after her was still marvelous. Becky has a fine, beautifully fleshed skeleton. Too wide in the hips, I've heard women say, but I never heard a man say it.
Fleshed skeleton.
Yeah.
What the? Is that real or a parody?
It's genuinely from a book, yeah.
This meat sack is sexy.
And the muscles attached to her tendons made her
What the fuck?
fat deposits jiggle
Yes.
as she walked.
Undulating in the wind. Oh fuck.
They're so bad.
Oh dear. You should play Space Engineers and rebuild your lobster.
I don't have time.
No? Oh yeah, you're doing your
Yeah.
table thing, yeah.
I would, but right now I'm just like, you know what?
That's fine.
I'm happy to hang out like this though.
Yeah, yeah. You're
This
very
is
welcome
my
to.
lunch break.
Ooh. Are you eating anything?
No, I'm gonna head to the shop later.
Mhm.
I'm having a meeting with one of my peers in a bit,
Mhm.
and then I'll be going down to the shop to purchase a bit of food.
Yeah, there's fuck all food in this flat. I keep getting lazy. I need to make more of an excuse to get down to the supermarket, because what happens is I run out of food, and then I'm like, oh, well, I'll get a takeaway. And then I end up eating pizza and fucking just damaging both my wallet and my waistline.
Have you guys developed into ingredient households as well somehow?
Oh, what,
So
sorry?
what?
Ingredient households, whenever I open my cupboard or my fridge, there's nothing but ingredients.
Oh, I have like
There's never
flour and
A
stuff. and I'm
snack
like, when
or
did
something.
Yeah, I'm like, when did I buy flour? Like, why is it here? I don't think I've ever bought flour. But I have a bunch of stuff like that. Anyway, this.
Mhm.
Sorry, just going back because I saw it now.
Uh-huh.
This is the Winx Club characters as they were depicted in the show. Right?
Okay.
You're
you
looking at them, right?
What are you linking?
I linked it in TeamSpeak.
Link
the
it in the
picture.
link at the stream. Can you link it in the
Sure.
stream? Because then
Okay.
all the viewers can see it too.
Fine. So
If they
this.
want it, they're included.
This is the. Fine. This is the Winx
Uh-huh.
Club characters from
Okay.
the TV show, and
Right.
as you can tell, very, very feminine. But
Okay.
you also have a lot of representation. You have like different types of girls and whatever. Like, all real, like they all have the same body type. Sure, like you could
Mhm.
have diversity there, but that's how like they are depicted in the show.
Okay. Yeah.
This is in the live action,
Oh god. Okay.
and they look like mums. They look like someone's mom.
They look all like. They look.
40-year-old soccer
they look
mom trying to be a
frumpy.
teenager.
Yeah.
They look like not happy to be there.
No one looks happy to be there. And like the blonde girl to the left, she in the show, she's like the vainest character ever.
Mm.
She's like her name's Stella, and she's like a princess, like actually.
Uh-huh.
And her whole thing is that she like gets really like jealous, and like she's still a good character, but she like they all have like bad
Flaws.
yeah.
Yeah,
But
they're human.
she's like, oh, oh, I want to have the nicest dress or whatever. Like she's very like vain.
Yeah.
And then they put her in a like, what is that? A parka? Like what is that? It looks like a tent. Like
Yeah.
It's stylish, okay?
they don't know the characters, and it's so
Yeah.
upsetting because I genuinely love this show.
Yeah. Well, yeah, but it's not for you, Birdie.
It is for me.
But no, it's not, because the creator's got to make their mark, you know?
Me. I was excited. It is for me. It should be.
Yeah, that's the problem.
It's not though.
Yeah.
They gave her a leather jacket because that's how you make people cool.
Yeah,
apparently.
that's how make them tough. Oh,
And
fuck.
in the show, the way that they would like develop or become like stronger fairies is they would like do something really impressive, and then their like powers would become stronger, and they would get better wings, which makes a lot of sense.
Like
for
a
fairy.
Pokemon.
Where the fuck are their wings?
On the back.
No, as in, like, the live action doesn't bother? They're just normal
No,
humans?
they don't have wings. They don't have
They're,
wings.
they're winged
The
fairies,
wings
and they
club
don't have
doesn't
wings.
have wings.
Yeah.
Fuck.
Do we understand why I'm so upset now?
And it's called Wings Club.
It's called Winx.
Okay, sorry.
With a X. But it's
That's so stupid.
and I think the evil characters aren't even part of it. Like there were like witches, and they were really like hot.
What do they fight? Teenage boys in their grades?
Yeah, I don't know. There was one of the witches that I, as a child, was like, wow, she's amazing. I want to be her. And now as an adult, I'm like, I was
You
a
find it-
gay child. And I found her so incredibly attractive, but I didn't get it.
See, this sounds a lot like, right, when something like the Power Rangers was big back in the 90s, and everyone would go crazy and ape shit over them, and all the guys would fight over who gets to be the Green Ranger.
Hey, Hadley, good morning. Good morning. Hey, meow.
Where's my dog? Hang on.
I need to find the witch that I wanted to be when I was a kid. Because she was amazing. I don't remember what her name is, but basically,
I always wanted to be Shigo from Kim Possible.
she was cool.
I was always Thunderbird 1. Yeah.
By choice?
I had
or-
a rocket ship. I could fly sideways and up.
trying to figure out.
You have
what
no
that
idea what I'm on
was.
about, do you?
No. Oh, was it Darcy? Maybe was her name. Darcy Wink. Yeah, Darcy. Oh.
Mhm.
Darcy was so cool.
I have a work call in a few minutes and I don't wanna.
Hang on a minute. I'm trying to find fucking. Where's this platform then? What's that? What have you linked? Your Queen Darcy.
Look at her.
That is a lot of eyeshadow.
She's so cool.
Is that like like fucking, you know where the Egyptians close their eyes and someone blows makeup into their face?
No, they were evil, so they had like a lot more dark eyeshadow.
Oh, of course, yeah.
It's the only way to distinguish, good and bad.
I love that we both wanted to be the evil guys, though not the heroes of the stories.
I wanted to be the heroes. I wanted to be a lot of people. I had a lot of crushes when I was a kid.
Yeah, fair enough. Me too.
Who didn't?
Who was your crush, Soviet?
That's a good question, actually. I'm just trying to think back without saying something embarrassing.
No, say the embarrassing one.
Obviously, the Pink Ranger's hot in fucking Power Rangers. Cheetara.
I need
Don't
to
remember-
look this up because I'm too young for this. I
Probably
think.
Cheetara.
What's that? How do I spell that?
Thundercats, Cheetara.
Thundercats. I don't know how to spell it, but I'm sure.
Just
Oh
Thunder-
yeah, she's
Yeah.
cool. I get that.
She was like a
She's-
gymnastic, like fought with
Dude,
a stick.
she's buff.
I was too young to understand the weird feelings that she gave me.
She's muscly.
Mm-hmm. Oh fuck! What have I done?
Damn.
Hang on.
Well, is she meant to be like a leopard? Because she has like.
I can't.
Lot of
They're
hair.
like a race of cat people that come from.
She's a cheetah, of course.
Yeah, yeah. I
Like,
can't
she
remember
has
the name of the
hair.
place that they come from. And they'd fight like Mumra or some shit.
Thunderian?
Yes,
the chat
that's it.
thinks
Yeah.
you're a closet furry.
No, no. But still, they were tits, you know.
Yeah. Also, she doesn't really.
Yeah,
look
mine
like
is
a cat.
worse.
She looks like a human
Yeah.
with spots.
There is that, yeah. There we go. Yeah.
The only crush that I remember, like that I was like, okay, this is the crush, is Legolas.
Legolas?
Yeah,
Yeah, no, yeah, fair.
I think he is a beautiful man still. Orlando Bloom is a really chef's kiss, you know? He's beautiful.
What's he doing these days?
Dating Katy Perry.
Really?
Yeah, they have a baby.
Oh, I didn't know that.
There was also
Mhm.
a picture of him on like a
Didn't he punch someone in a bar or some shit a while ago?
I don't know if he did. The one thing I remember that he did do is he was like out on like a surfboard, you know, like a paddle board,
Yeah.
like completely naked.
As
in
you do.
No, but like, and there were paparazzi, so there's like pictures of his dick on the internet because I don't know what he thought was gonna happen, but
Well, maybe he wanted to. Maybe he was expressing his, you know. I want the paparazzi to see my knob.
Yeah. It's just weird because he's the only one that's naked. And, like Katy Perry is
Okay.
on the board as well. But
Oh,
she's in,
really?
like, a
She's not
bathing
naked?
suit. Yeah. So it's just him naked like, behind her.
I think it's. Forgive me because I might misspeak. I think it's a little different for men though. Like when we're naked, it's not like. To each their own, but it's not like, oh no, the paparazzi. It's like, yeah, you know, it's like, here's my knob.
Yeah, people are just kind of like, why are you doing that?
It doesn't feel as like, oh no, the consequences. It's like, yeah.
Yeah, no, it's not because there's not. I think the difference is that there's not like thousands of women ready to spread these pictures around and be like, yeah, look at this, and like, you know,
there
let's
is that as well. Yeah,
let's
yeah.
ruin their life because they've done one decision.
Exactly, yeah.
Horrible man, disgusting. I can't believe you.
For men, it's just like,
It's just like, why is your dick out?
why are you looking at my knob, bro? Yeah, that's basically what we'd be like. Yeah.
But yeah, they have a kid now.
What's the kid's name?
Um,
Wouldn't that be horrible? Imagine if your parents were famous.
they're called Daisy Dove Bloom Hudson.
You're kidding. That's
I
not
like
the real
Daisy.
name.
No, that's their name. I like Daisy. And I
Is
like
that one
Dove.
person's name?
It's like with all of the middle names. Their name is
Oh.
Daisy.
Say it again?
Daisy Dove Bloom Hudson.
Oh,
I like
no.
Dove. I think Dove is a really nice name.
No, that's too much. Dove?
Yeah.
At least
What's she,
you
a
can
fucking
say
soap?
it out loud.
If I have children, I would 100% name my daughter Dove. I
Just
think
call
it's
it
super cute.
Craig.
No.
No.
Disgusting.
Right.
Sorry if there's any Craigs out in the chat.
There's a Craig. Oh. Daisy fucking Dove.
She didn't have the fucking in her name, but she had Daisy Dove.
At least you can say it out loud. Elon Musk's daughter's or son's kid's name, I still don't know how to say.
I don't think I've put enough brain power into actually thinking it through. As in the lack of fucks I give.
Yeah, I don't like him. I try to not. bother
Yeah,
with
he seems a bit like a
his-
cretin, doesn't he?
Yeah. Yeah, he really does.
It was after that cave shit in Indonesia or whatever it was. Like he started some petty fight with some like cave divers trying to rescue some kids. Was it
Wait, who?
Indonesia? What am I
Elon-
thinking of? Thailand, sorry. There's a bunch of fucking kids. Like they're gonna die. They're trapped in a cave, and he's like having stupid fights on Twitter or whatever, some shit. Yeah.
British cave expert has testified that he was left feeling humiliated,
Yeah.
ashamed, and dirtied after Elon Musk labeled him pedo guy.
Yeah,
online.
exactly.
What the fuck? He's
I know.
calling someone who's like saving kids that are dying.
Yeah,
a
there were
pedo.
like there was like 20 kids like trapped in a cave by rising waters, and like everyone was doing their best, as far as I could tell, to try and fucking save them.
Well, like, can we just all decide to not pay attention to him anymore?
What? I'm gonna die. Oh no, I'm okay. Well, yeah.
It's yeah, man. I don't like him.
We should give the attention to our pets instead. They deserve it more.
Right, hang on. What's you up to right now?
Just having a bit of a break, looking at the cat, thinking, what will I get him for Christmas? I'm also gonna try to get a Christmas tree this year and see if he breaks it or not.
Yeah.
So that's gonna be really exciting, Hattie.
He's definitely gonna break it.
I hope not, because it would be so nice to be able to have a Christmas tree. And then my boyfriend's coming over for Christmas, so we're really excited about that as well.
Cool.
Yeah.
How many times has he been over versus the number of times that you've been over to like that blasted wasteland that you kept going to?
He's
Where was it again?
been over. Well, I'll leave it off stream. But
No, sure,
he's,
sure, sure.
no, that's fine.
Up north.
Yeah.
Blasted wasteland.
It's not. It's
Blasted
Midlands, but
wasteland.
It's in the Midlands.
It's
but
a
everything-
blasted wasteland.
Everything's north to Soviet.
Yes, everything north of Brighton is a blasted wasteland.
If we put it like this, I'm in the middle of Sweden. Well, I'm not even. I'm in the like south mid of Sweden, and I'm more north than he is, so it's not that north. But he's been over 3 times, I think.
Chinny's in the chat. Fuck you, fairy cunt, he says. 3 times.
And
Furious typing.
yeah, so someone asked if Chinny was my ex, and I had to really set the record straight.
You had to immediately get in there.
Yeah.
Holy shit.
I fucking beg your pardon.
Oh dear.
I will not have that be a thing. Wash in that as quick as I can.
Oh dear. Yeah, poor Chinny.
You know what? It's more that I'm sick of people being like, who's party dating? Not that people do it a lot, but when they do it, I get really annoyed.
Do you?
It's just when it's when it's people who I like know as friends or like acquaintances, and I'm like, can you not? That's really weird.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Oh, well, good luck with your table and your lunch.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna just get like a salad or something.
Over here, I'm gonna so I'm doing a bit of Space Engineers, and then I'm gonna probably think about Space Engineers all day whilst trying my best to work. And if I'm really bad at my job, I might accidentally log on to Space Engineers to be totally not working, and therefore feeling guilty about it the whole time.
What is it you're working on right now?
I'm doing a huge video essay. And
Is it still the thing?
Yes, and I really hope it comes together. I've
Yeah.
totally entered the oh my god, what was I thinking mode of the edit.
Are you having
Um,
art done for it? Is it going to be fun things to look
I
at?
need to commission some of that, yes. There's
Good,
quite a lot of it.
Because that's what I look for.
Yes.
I don't want to hear you talk about stuff. I want to look at the stuff that BB makes.
I need to talk to pretty much every artist that I have, that's available. I need to buy a GoPro and wander around Brighton raving. Raving as in talking, not raving as in like with glow sticks. And then,
I'm so excited to see videos of people looking into the camera and be like, what?
yeah. I need to interview some more people. So, like I did that thing with you that I can't talk about. I asked you that question in the cave.
I know you asked the question, but I don't
Yes.
remember what it was. But yeah.
So I need to get some more answers, interviewees. There's a whole lot of shit I need to do. It's a really huge thing. So yeah, no. Hopefully, I hope it works out. I really do. But I must.
Birdie, why did you break up with Chinny?
I'm just gonna put this out there. From this second on,
Be
now
nice.
that I've said it, anyone that says it is getting a full ban
What, from my chat?
from your chat.
Okay.
Test me.
Right. Okay.
Do it. Test me.
Can you not ban my subscribers, please?
You know what? If they behave, they're not gonna get banned. This is a shoot on site. This is not a democracy.
Right. Am I losing control of my own chat?
Is it a shoot on site or a kill on site?
Thank you, Kurodai. Thank you very much, Kurodai. Oh dear. Well, chat, I think she's serious. Ah, dear me. But yeah, so over here, fairly normal day, lots to do. Did lots of audio recording last night. It went well, I think.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. Oh, thank you, classic Kero Bell and Kuradi and Volchta and A27 Sund and Sif. Thank you, all of you. Thank you
That's
sincerely,
really
folks.
exciting.
What else is going on this week? Any interesting news? Anything good?
Well, I have a presentation for this table on Friday. And God, Soviet, can you ban Chinny? I can't do that.
Okay, he's a mod. He's got you.
Or
He's got you there.
Chinny, we can either play nice or we can play really mean, and then I can say the answer to that, and then no one will be happy.
Play nice.
Ugh.
But yeah, what else is happening this week? What's going on? Oh, the bungalow. Did I tell you about the bungalow?
You didn't send me anything.
Did I not? I can't
No.
remember who I've talking. But so I looked at
You
that
told
bungalow.
me about it, but I said send me pictures, and you didn't.
I didn't take pictures. Sorry.
You have a link for it?
Didn't I send it to you?
No.
Okay, well I'll send it to you later. No, I definitely sent it to you.
Don't send it to me now.
Ah, okay, hang on.
I want to
So-
see.
Wait a minute. No, I'm just gonna hang on. So I don't want to send it out too many because it's yeah,
No, it's fine.
it's like the area where I could live. Hang on a minute. Let's have a go. Where is it? Is this the one? I think it is. It's this one, Betty.
Hmm.
Am I still logged into Twitter? I am.
You know what? You complain about not seeing the cat so much, and whenever I send you pictures of him, I never get a response.
I barely use Twitter. Twitter sucks. Twitter sucks. Am I wrong?
Wait, I'm gonna send you a video, and then you can look at that later.
Alright,
This is
okay.
actually really cute.
Okay.
Let's have a look at this. Oh no, you did send this one.
Yes, I did. Anyway, so
Yeah.
I had a look at it. It's a bungalow, and it is nice, but I don't think it's that price nice.
No, not with the floors.
And what irked me? So let me just tell you this. I was looking around, right, and I did a quick Google, and it turns out it sold 2 years ago for 55 to 80. So the asking price basically went up by 55 to 80 grand. And I was asking I was asking the agent lady, so have they done any new work to it? And the answer was basically no. So they were just marking the price up by 55 to 80 grand. And I was like, excuse me? You know. Yeah, I was like, excuse me? What the fuck? And the estate agent...
That's so fucking weird.
What is?
Like that they... I hate people. I hate when they're like, I bought this and time has passed, so it's worth more.
Yeah.
It's like, actually, no.
Yeah.
Because the
And-
economy's fucked.
Yeah, fucking Britain is entering the Brexit recession, and we're not going to leave it for fucking years. So it's
I
kind of
really
like...
hope you guys rejoin the EU.
Yeah, we need more people to die.
Yeah, can they die faster?
Yeah. They'll die, it's fine.
Good.
Time will
I think
pass.
the Queen starting is gonna have like a ripple effect.
Well, do you know what? Do you know what I think? I think that might not be incorrect in the sense that if we do rejoin the EU, not trying to get political, we won't have the same favourable position that we enjoyed before. So we had our own currency, right?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's like now you guys are gonna have to like adapt with the euro.
But do you know why I personally think people were really defensive about the pound?
Why?
Because the Queen is on it, or was on it. So now that Charles is going to be on it, I don't think people are going to be as attached because people fucking hate Charles.
Oh, poor Charles.
Yeah,
He had the.
because his wife was super popular and he cheated on her.
Yeah, and he cheated on her with what's her name?
Camilla. So I don't know. I'm just making sweeping generalizations, but I reckon that pill might be easier to swallow in like 15 to 20 years time.
I also feel like as you say, when more people kind of die, the people that felt so strongly about this aren't really going to be there to.
Well, yeah, exactly. That's yeah.
You know.
But I think there's a critical window because everything I'm saying won't matter when Charles dies and then suddenly William's on the throne.
Do you reckon people will like William?
Oh yes, like William is so much more popular than
Hasn't he cheated
Charles.
on his wife as well?
William?
I think so.
No, he's shagging that hot bird.
Yeah, but I think he cheated on her.
No, you
I
think it's someone else.
there's rumors he's cheating on her because she won't peg him.
He does look the type.
No, this is genuinely a thing.
I genuinely don't believe it then.
Wait, stop.
Sorry, he won't peg her.
No, she won't pick him.
Oh dear. What's her name again?
The article that I found this out in is titled "What is Pegging? A Royal Rumor Might Be Inspiring Straight Men to Get Pegged, and That's Beautiful."
Her name's
Is
Kate
it?
Middleton.
Kate, that's the one.
No, but a lot of people are saying he cheated.
Nah. A lot of people say lots of shit.
Yeah.
Okay.
Let's just say it's kind of in his blood. Be the first man in that family to do it.
Hang on a minute. What am I doing? Okay, so I got my refinery. I need to build a cargo bay. Yeah. So for those outsiders who might not be familiar, yeah. So Charles is not a popular monarch, and for a monarchy that heavily relies on popularity because they have no power outside of that, really, it's all tradition. I'm really surprised he took the throne. I figured he would abdicate, or like, what's the word for when they skip it?
Yeah, abdicate.
Yeah.
It's when they're like, I don't want to do it.
It seems like a yeah, because I don't know.
Birdie, will you share the link
Yeah,
that I
wait.
put in the channel?
Thank you, Tokanor. Thank you very much, Tokanor. Thank you. Abstain.
Abstain. Oh well,
Abstain.
I think it is abdicate. Like you abdicate is when you leave the royal like family and the throne and shit. Like that's what Harry did, didn't he? He abdicated and then.
I think he just like left the royal. I don't know. I don't know what the word
No,
is.
abdicating is what King Edward did when you step down as king and the next in line, the heir, then
Oh.
becomes king. It's like dying, but you don't die.
Dave says, "Isn't cheating? Charles isn't fit to be head of the Church of England." I'm sure all 5 members of the Church of England really care about that. But yeah. What am I doing? I should probably move my survival kit over there. But yeah, shit's weird.
Yeah, the royal families are a bit.
An insult to democracy?
They're a bit.
I agree.
funky, aren't they?
Oh, right, okay.
Like, it's interesting in a way because I feel like it's only recently that they're like, yeah, whatever, marry who you want to marry. But before that, it was like, no, you will marry your third cousin because the blood has to be pure.
Of course.
And you need to have children that.
You gotta get
don't-
that Habsburg chin, or whatever it's called.
I don't know, but it's like you need to have children that will have physical like issues because of our choices.
Yeah.
It seems like the right thing to do.
Gotta keep it in the family.
Oh my
Ew.
god, my table is actually working.
As in it's standing up?
No, but it's like everything's connecting how I need it to connect.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Bear, I got the reference. Thank you, Fakos. Thank you very much, Fakos. And the No Shirt Gamer and Toka Nor. Thank you, all of you. For those just
Yeah, I
joining,
just
I'm
need
just
to
trying to
try
make
and-
my mountainside base,
Get it all
move my stuff over here from over there.
working. This is like a first. People that's worked in the AutoCAD programs or any of the CAD programs. Here for me, please. I deserve it. I'm doing really well.
Good luck.
Thank you.
Try not to fail.
Have you worked in the AutoCAD program, Soviet?
No. Never once. I know nothing.
It is like a puzzle,
Uh-huh.
but everything doesn't fit.
I see.
And the reason why it doesn't fit is because you're stupid and incapable and you don't know how to measure things. And and it should work, but it doesn't work because you are dumb.
You know, I think I might have used the AutoCAD program.
Yeah.
It sounds very similar
Hmm.
to many programs that I've used before.
Maybe
Notably, Adobe After Effects.
I was gonna say, we're in the
Yes.
same. You're being a dumbass and it's your fault. And why can't you figure it out?
Mhm. Okay.
Oh,
But
that's
yeah.
alright. Uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
I
Oops.
kind of
Oh, God.
done.
What else is happening? Current affairs? Anything worth mentioning?
Anything fun and exciting?
Yeah. What's happening
I
this
don't-
week?
I don't necessarily think there's anything like super exciting happening.
What happened with all that football stuff? Is it still going on, or is it
Oh,
stopped? The World
I
Cup
don't
thing?
know. In Qatar.
Yeah, is it
I can
still
have
happening?
I can have a proper rant about this, but I feel like a lot of people are gonna be upset with that.
Yeah.
It depends on the... What, like football is rubbish, or
No, it's just the fucking
they had football in a
People are-
slave state?
people on Twitter are really fucking stupid,
Oh,
in
yeah?
my opinion, and it's this idea that it's like, oh, well, yeah, they won't like let, everyone be treated equally because, this is the law in Qatar, and it's like, yeah, that's fine. But then maybe they shouldn't host the World Cup that is like an international thing. And then a lot of people are like, we're complaining because you're not respecting the host. And it's like, the host isn't respecting, basic human right laws. And a lot of people died building that arena that they're using. Like, let me look up.
Well, geopolitics is ultimately a competition, whether people believe it to be or not. So them sort of presenting themselves on the world stage, they're not competing locally for local ideas anymore. They're now on the world stage. So if they dance and their moves are shit, then be prepared for some criticism.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, they're doing things wrong. Then they're going to take some fire for it.
Yeah, but the thing is, there's a lot of people who don't who are saying, "Oh, you can't give them shit because you're basing it off of your Westerner standards."
Of course, but there are stupid people everywhere,
Yeah, but then it's
especially on Twitter.
then you're looking at it's been revealed that 6,500 migrant workers have died building that arena.
Mhm.
And it's that's not about, letting gay people into the arena. That's just you have just murdered, killed people for building the shit for clear.
Sorry, what was the number?
6,500 migrant workers.
Building what?
If you break it
Arena.
down, it's like one person per minute that they're playing soccer there.
Sorry,
That has to die.
Follow-up question might not be appropriate. How?
I don't know.
Are
Put
they just
them to death.
It's migrant workers
Exhaustion,
from India,
dehydration.
Pakistan, Nepal, Bangladesh, and Sri Lanka.
fucking hell?
I think they built 6 stadiums as well, and now they're using only 1 or 2.
How many
Yeah.
people died building the Hoover Dam? There were 2. No, that's the exaggeration. There was a few, but not that many. And the Hoover Dam's enormous. And it was mostly malaria or some shit, wasn't it? Fuck me.
Yeah. And so it's I just get I try to not look at it because I'm
Hang
just
on.
I'm just getting annoyed.
The Hoover Dam. How many deaths? Okay, 96 deaths building the Hoover Dam. God
Yes.
damn, what the fuck? What the fuck
Yeah.
were they doing?
And it's also just more petty things where it's oh, people are wearing, rainbow clothes. They're not being let into the arena because Qatar, even though they promised that everyone would be allowed to watch football, are not letting gay people in or people who are just wearing rainbow clothing. So it's just I'm just
I saw a report of somebody who had that One Love arm thing that they were supposed to wear, and he was stopped before getting into the stadium by a group of 24 policemen, and they said either we're taking the arm thing with us or you're coming with us.
Oh dear.
So
Yeah,
yeah,
but
they're
they've also
quite
been,
strict about it.
yeah, they've also just been oh, I think the thing that annoys me is
Jesus.
people are they're nitpicking what they want to support and what they don't want to support, and you'll have a lot of people who are saying respect the host, but then they'll be going there to get shit-faced drinking when that's also disrespecting the host. But they're fine with gay people being mistreated or beaten or abused. But then when it affects them, they're oh yeah, respect the host, but I'm gonna drink even though it's illegal.
Is this mostly on Twitter, by the way?
Ugh.
Yeah, I would stop using Twitter if I were you.
Anyway,
Just
my
yeah.
fable has worked
Yes.
perfectly.
Hang on.
Yay, well done, Birdie. I have a picture.
Well done.
Yeah.
See,
Oh.
I want to see it.
Is it over though? The
Um,
football? Did someone
I don't
win?
have a picture right now.
Chat. Is the foot? Sorry, I'm muted. Sorry. Is the football over? Did somebody win? Oh wait, it's full. What the fuck? Oh,
I think it's still
No,
not.
it's not over yet.
it's not over yet. When's the final match then?
No idea. I know Germany's gotten kicked out
Oh really? By who?
Why?
by somebody really dumb and funny, which I'm really glad about
They're
because they're idiots.
Is it the what is it? The fucking Vatican City.
It's
Six-
today they're
60-year-old
having
men. 60-year-old
Morocco
men.
versus Spain and Portugal versus.
Germany lost to
Hello?
Japan.
Oh wow!
Is that real? Are Japan good?
I don't know.
Well, they beat Germany.
Yeah. So England in the quarterfinal, it's England versus France.
Oh God, really?
Yeah.
I'm sure the English fans are going to be peaceful and respectful.
Yeah.
I heard people were talking shit.
Yeah,
Yes, they're very known for that.
England versus France apparently. Is that like a final thing? I don't know how it
It's
works.
a
sorry.
quarterfinal. So
Quarterfinal.
it's-
So there's one after that, and then there's the final after that.
yeah. No, that's divided in. There's well, it's quarterfinal, then it's
Uh-huh.
semi-final, and then
Oh.
it's the final.
Yeah.
Well, no, it's the
Cool.
quarterfinal, semi-final, then it's the fight for the third place, then it's the final.
So Sorry. So is Germany out now?
Yeah.
So there's not going to be an England v Germany.
No.
Okay, good. Because yeah, that's going to explode as it always does.
The ones that are left is let's see. It's either gonna be Morocco, Spain, Portugal, or Switzerland.
Switzerland, ja. Uh-huh.
Okay.
There's
Germany didn't even
Croatia-
lose against anybody. They won their game, but the other team won better, so they had less points.
Yeah, well, that's how it kind of works, though. Germany
but
did
that's even
really
more
good
funny.
against
Better?
Costa Rica. Germany got 4-2 against Costa Rica.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, no, so it's Morocco versus Spain today, and then Portugal versus Switzerland. And then in the quarterfinal, you got Croatia versus Brazil, the Netherlands against Argentina, and then England versus France.
Okay. How are you, Swat, by the way?
I am alive.
You're alive? Good.
I
feel
woke
well.
up like 30 minutes ago, maybe. Well, like, yeah, 45 maybe.
You didn't stay
Good.
up all night playing War Thunder, did you?
I have a terrible sleep schedule,
Yeah.
or rather a non-existent sleep schedule. I think that's a more accurate description of the matter. Yeah, pretty much. Good times. No, I also played a bunch of Way of the Hunter yesterday again. New update. Very pog. Yes.
Did you ever play fucking Carnivores, the Dino Hunter version?
No, I've not actually.
Years ago. It's really cool. You hunt T-Rexes and shit.
Yeah, I think I've seen gameplay of that. No, I went for the more realistic approach after yeah. Oh, I also finally did. I don't think I told you that one yet. I did finally, after, you know, good old Rona delayed everything, I did finally have the opportunity to go out and go actually hunting in real life.
T-Rexes?
No, not T-Rexes. That would be pretty sick. But unfortunately, no T-Rexes were to be
Aw.
found. But found myself a roe deer fawn and her mother, and got them both.
Congrats, I guess.
Yes.
Oh, that's
You killed Bambi and his mother?
Yes.
sad.
That's quite
Well,
sad.
well, you shoot the children first, and then the mother animal, right? And no, Fridge is at least full. Yes, let's go.
Specific reason for that?
Yes, because, well, it's end of November. It's not as applicable anymore, but the fawns are reliant on the parent animal, mainly the mother animal, for survival. So if you shoot the mother first, you basically doom the little one, you know?
Can we
to
talk
a-
about something else?
Ah, yes.
Something nicer. I don't know.
I'm not leaving because SWAT started talking about, or like because SWAT joined
doing
and
work.
started talking about sad stuff, but I am leaving because I have a meeting.
Yeah, no worries.
I have to
Bye,
go as
buddy.
well
And
in 3 minutes.
and also because SWAT started talking about death.
Yes.
Okay, bye.
Bye.
All right, take care, birdie. Have a good one.
Yeah, you
Oh
do.
shit, there we go.
Good times.
Right. How are you? Yeah, you okay this one?
Yeah, wonderful.
Good.
Oh.
Good.
How are you doing and your space engineering projects? What are you
Yeah.
doing right now?
I'm just building I'm going to start building my Meridian soon. I'm just building a starting base. Yeah, everything's fine. I woke up early, did some work, so I'm going to try not to get sucked into space engineers when I should be doing work, but no promises. There we go.
How it always goes, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think I need to move this one up, don't I? Hang on.
Yep.
But yeah, everything's fine here. Yeah, I could do with some lunch. Not sure. Yeah, there's not much food in here. Whoops. Need to go sort that out.
See, that's when you get your rifle and you go to the into the wilderness of the Brighton metropolitan
Yes.
area.
Yeah, so if you,
Very, yeah, the deers, masses of them somewhere,
Indeed.
probably.
Hang on.
I mean, to be fair, I'm in Hamburg, so it's not like it's much better here. You have to drive out a bit before you get to something that does resemble nature.
Hang on. There we go.
If you see deers in Brighton, those are probably furries.
Oh my god.
And that's my cue to leave and call my colleague.
Ah, yes.
Take care, Christina.
Bye.
Have a good one.
I'll see what you guys are talking about later. Maybe rejoin, depending on how dark it gets with SWAT here.
Bye.
What do you mean, Doug? You wanted to go on a hunt with me. Shut up, Chrissy.
Don't. Bye.
Bye. Have a good one.
Calling her out. But yeah.
Yeah, what's your plan today? Is up to anything interesting?
Let's see, let me think. What day is it today? Today is Tuesday, the 6th of the December. Do I have any special plans? No, not yet. On the weekend, actually, but nothing at the moment, to be fair. Just, just having... No, not... I see War Thunder in chat. I'm not playing War Thunder today. If I want to suffer, I can do that in different ways. I can't play that game alone. I just start molding.
Molding.
Molding. Yeah, basically becoming incredibly salty very quickly.
Right.
Because it's just one of those... It's fun if you play with friends, right? Because I guess most video games are more fun with friends, but that game alone... yeah.
Is it not the sort of game where you can just kind of slot in, like pick up a tank and just slot into a bigger fight, or do you absolutely need other people then?
No. So the thing is, you have individual matches you join, and there are like 10 plus people on every team, right? Per match. So it's not like and you just hit the play button, it slots you into a game. You can even join already running matches, but most people like myself just wait until a new match starts. And it's technically not like an ultra competitive environment, right? Because you've got so many people, you don't really... It's not like a competitive game like CS:GO or League of Legends, right? Technically, it should be a more casual environment inherently, but that's just not what the community makes out of it, I guess.
Is that a shame though?
I don't know. It makes the experience a bit weird sometimes because you have such little impact on the outcome of the game because you're just one out of like 10 plus people on your team.
Yeah.
And most people on your team aren't necessarily taking the game like ultra serious. So if you are sitting there alone and you're getting into this like groove of like, I want to win, because winning nets you more experience and more points, so you get through the atrocious grind faster. So you want to win. So if you sit there alone, you get into this like zone of like, I need to win. Like I'm playing my best. I'm giving it my best every game. But that's really not what the game should be. Yeah. And it does like for me, it like mentally exhausts me because you technically have to play. And this is a problem with War Thunder, right? The biggest problem about the game is that it is a free-to-play game, and it is entirely financed by the fact that the grind through the tech tree is so atrocious that you are incentivized to spend money to make the grind less atrocious, right? That's like the whole point of it. That's the entire monetization scheme. And that means you need to play hundreds of games to get further in the tech tree and get to the tanks you might actually want to play. And so you have to play so many of them. But like if I play alone, but it might just be a personal thing of mine, I like overthink the individual matches and I get too hung up on like losses that are completely meaningless because again it's not like you have any major influence on it. Yeah. But yeah. Well, it's the frustrating War Thunder experience. Not a single... It's a wonderful part about the video game. Not a single War Thunder veteran player has ever said that they unconditionally love the game. Right? The game is great, and they might have some flaws, but it's a wonderful experience. No one fucking says that. We all hate the game deep in our core, but not for what it is, but also for the wasted potential of it. Because there's no alternative on the market. It's the only game like this. And the developers are continuously making decisions which are so mind-numbingly stupid at times that the entire community just goes, what the fuck? Every single time. But it's an abusive relationship, Soviet. I can't get away from it.
Does it
I always come back to it.
Does it have a problem where you've got an audience that is essentially, I don't want to use the word like dying, but you've got an audience where fresh people aren't necessarily coming in. So, hang on. So the sweaty people tend to remain?
Funnily enough, I don't think that's the case. I think the War Thunder player base is as big as it's ever been at the moment.
Okay.
The game has been growing over the last, because here's the worst part. I've been playing that game for now, officially, about 10 years.
Right.
And just saying that sentence makes me feel things that I don't want to talk about, because I'm starting to feel like I was like, what am I doing with my life? But anyway, so I've been playing this game on and off for like 10 years, and I think the player base overall is pretty much as big as it's ever been.
Right.
But yeah, I don't know. It's weird. There are a few things wrong with the game, but like at its core, it's good. It's still an incredibly fun experience, and if everything like works out, it is some of the most fun I've ever had while playing a video game, because tanks are fucking cool, and you make other tanks go kaboom. It's great, right? Super amazing. But there's just things you get hung up on that just annoy the ever-living fuck out of you every single time you play, right? So much potential. It just feels like wasted potential, I think, mainly.
I sometimes find that when I play something where the audience there's no fresh people coming in, there is very much a feeling almost like the veteran players tend to squeeze the enjoyment of the moment out of the game, so it becomes this beeline towards the most efficient, in this case, I presume, grind.
Did you see the latest folding ideas
video?
video?
No, but it's been linked many times. I think it might be relevant to what I'm trying to say. But
yes,
it can get intensely frustrating because you are trying to enjoy the moment and you're surrounded by people who are getting sweaty because you're trying to enjoy the moment, and you're not. You don't have that. You're not like a veteran who's been there for 10 years. You're just trying to, hey, this gun looks fun. I'm going to try this gun for a bit. It's not the most efficient gun, and all of a sudden you're getting flack for it, you know?
Ah, wonderful. That is exactly what that video is about. But in World of Warcraft, pretty much. More or less. It's actually a really good video. Watch it in its entirety. And
yes, I need to. Yeah.
That was pretty good. No, but I know exactly what you mean, right?
Yeah.
It's an inherent, it's people ruining their own fun. It's like this inherent human nature of trying to optimize and perfect things that is ruining our own enjoyment of things. It's wonderful. Because people
wonderful.
Yeah, it's wonderful. It's like people are like, oh, but like back in the day, everything was better. My brother in Christ, back in the day, you were a shitty little teenager who just enjoyed playing with your friends, right? Like you are opening an Excel sheet right now. Close the fucking Excel sheet, right? Stop optimizing everything to like the nth degree, and maybe you're gonna enjoy playing the video games again. Like, I mean, honestly, there are. I saw, like, in the World of Warcraft video, he showed some of the computer simulations the people run for damage calculations, right? Damage simulation calculations. And I'm like, what the fuck? And he's like, yeah, you let this run a few thousand times to, like, a few 100,000 times to, like, have the... I'm like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
Yeah, no wonder you guys are not having any fun, right? Because this is also a major challenge for developers, because how the fuck do you balance your gameplay around people being that fucking sweaty?
Exactly. And who do you balance for? Because you want you want to bring new people in, but yeah, some of the elements of designing for new people coming in just aren't interested. Yeah, the veterans aren't interested in that. Yeah.
Yep. It's always how it works. It didn't players leak classified info just to calculate the stats of a tank. See, with War Thunder, the way it is, if I had a penny for every single time crucial classified information was leaked for the purpose of making a virtual tank better, I'd have like 3 pennies, which isn't a lot, but it's weird that it happened thrice, right? It's like every single time we've had major UK leaks and we've had major Chinese leaks, right? No, so War Thunder players get very, very our online discussions get very intense, about like the stats, because a lot of modern tanks, especially, the stats are kind of made up or approximated, right? Because for old World War II tanks, you can have an analysis and a perfect 3D model, and you know exactly how thick the armor plate is, and like it's rolled homogeneous steel, you know how that behaves in a physics calculation, right? It's fairly simple. But with modern tanks, like a Leopard 2, a Challenger, an M1 Abrams, the armor elements and layouts are a bit more secretive, and the actual components, because they have composite armor components, NERA elements, and non-explosive reactive armor elements, etc. It's a lot more complicated with a modern main battle tank.
My question is, does any of that matter?
Yes, because War Thunder, unlike World of Tanks, is not a arcadey game. Every single shot you take has a. It's not perfectly physically calculated, but the game is more authentic in a way that you can die through one shot, and it has to be able to penetrate.
Sure,
So,
but
so
like,
the game does calculate. Yeah, it makes sense because like the War Thunder tries to strike this weird balance between gameplay and realistic authenticity, where they are trying to make the tanks ideally as close to possible to real life, and they're using some other gameplay mechanisms to balance around that. Because obviously you would say a real tank, it's hard to balance because real life isn't balanced, right?
Then I would say perhaps something a little controversial. I would say from my perspective as a QA analyst, that strictly speaking doesn't matter. It's about how your feature set compares to other elements of your feature set, not to element B, like the real life or whatever. That
See,
should
that
be
is
your
technically
testing
true.
focus.
Yes, that's technically true, but the player base cares about this. This is a major feature of the game. It's a major feature set of the game that it is trying to be authentic and realistic in that sense, and it's what draws people in.
Can you tell me why?
Because
Why would people care about that?
because World of Tanks is an arcade shooter that uses tanks as a medium. War Thunder is trying to be an actual tank game that just is more arcadey than an actual simulator like Steel Beast. Essentially, the tanks are, while they are medium for the gameplay, you are also there for the tanks. It draws in people like myself who are interested in the vehicles and who care about an authentic and historically accurate portrayal of these vehicles in a somewhat arcadey combat environment. Right, so it's a major draw in for the player base of the game that the tanks are as realistic as possible. Like, people really care about this shit, and we care about it so much that there have been major military leaks of classified information of War Thunder players going out and leaking their country's classified information because they were like, the turret ring on this thing is too thin. Here's the fucking documentation. Fucking fix this, Gaijin. This has happened several times. Yes. Twice from the UK.
Has anyone been arrested?
I think probably there might have been court proceedings.
God, people are legit getting arrested for leaking sensitive documents with other countries.
A Chinese tank commander recently leaked their most current anti-tank ammo specifications because he was upset about how it's underperforming in the game. Like the full technical documentation of their latest APFSDS ammo.
Oh shit! Oh shit!
That's whistleblowing on another level.
This community really cares about this shit. I mean this, right?
China.
Chinese tank commander did leak it.
Did he live?
I don't fucking know. Probably. It's not that bad, but there were probably some major repercussions. But yes,
That'd probably get you shot in China.
But no, seriously, people care about this shit, and there are a bunch of, especially with the modern tanks. There's again a bunch of like educated guessing because we don't know everything, and that's also a major point of contention, to say the least, because the discussions get quite heated. I'm part of those heated discussions because Gaijin, that Russian era is bullshit. We all know that Relic 1 doesn't perform this well, you motherfuckers.
Quite.
Yeah, no, gets highly. Yeah, no, this is part of the War Thunder community experience, right? It's wonderful. It's good. Good times.
Okay.
My meeting could have been a Teams message, by the way.
Oh, really?
Not an email, a Teams message.
Oh, wonderful.
One of those, eh?
A British tank crewman leaked something about the Challenger 2s. I forgot what it was actually.
Did any of these leaks make changes in the game happen, though? Like,
That's
did they
a good
actually
question.
look
The
at this
problem
and change?
The problem is, officially and legally, they can't change it based off those leaks, right? Because then you're using classified information, and the countries could come after you.
Yeah,
Not
but
that
couldn't
great.
they just buff it in some other way?
Yes, no. But there have been cases of them in like a few patches later going like, okay, we know that this armor part is a bit stronger now. Just bump it up slightly. Just shut up. Just don't mention it. And then just like slightly bumped. And so technically, officially, they are not allowed to recognize it and use the data from those leaks, but
they do.
you could make use of it. Well, Gaijin, here's a problem. Gaijin, this is another point of major contention. Okay, this is going to be a War Thunder round. Sit down, chat. This is going to take a while. So Gaijin...
It wasn't already?
It's still going. Gaijin, those motherfuckers, have this tendency to throw their own principles out of the fucking window whenever it's about something they want to do, right? Because, like I said, Gaijin is trying to
What's
walk
Gaijin?
this... the developer of the game.
Okay.
Gaijin is the developer. They are trying to walk this really fine line between, again, historical realism and authenticity and gameplay. Because you are probably aware, if you make it 100% realistic, it's probably not a good video game. Right? Makes sense. But the problem is, they have used both of those justifications whenever it benefits them or whenever they just want to, right? They've said, oh no, we're changing this because of secret historical documents, right? This is clearly because of our, our commitment to historical accuracy. We're changing this because of documents. But they've also said, no, we're not changing this even though the community has delivered us usable historical evidence because of gameplay reasons. Right? So they've said both. They're like, oh, we're changing this because of historical documents. And they're like, oh, we're not going to change this because of historical documents, because of gameplay. And that leads also to this major like friction point between the developers and the community, because we're just sitting there going like, so what is it? Right? What are you doing? Are we balancing this based off gameplay, or are we actually caring about the historical accuracy? You have to decide, Gaijin. You can't do both. Because that's just, it's just being a bit of a dick. But yeah, this also happens. There's a lot going on with that game. I've been playing it for like 10 years, so I'm like,
right.
I'm slightly passionate about this.
We can tell. We would have never have guessed.
I know, right? Shocking.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
It's wonderful.
I'm still caught up on the fact that someone would risk treason just to prove themselves right on the internet.
I know, right? It's great.
Fuck. So, like, presumably that dude is real fucked.
I can show you a picture of the Chinese league if you want. Let's see. If I can find it, that'd be great. Oh, it's blurred in this picture. Stupid. Anyway. Copy image link. Here you go. Someone in the blurred it afterwards. But yeah, he literally placed the APFSD at rod on the picture and then made a picture with a smartphone of the technical documentation paper and then posted it on the War Thunder forum.
Right.
Great.
Oh dear. Oh, I need more iron.
Yep.
Okay.
It is really funny.
Is the game fun?
No, not the game. Fuck the game. I mean,
Okay.
the leaks.
Right.
No, the game is fun, and it's not fun. And it's the best game I've ever played. It's the worst game I've ever played. And I love the game, and I hate the game. Do you see the problem?
Yes, you sound conflicted.
I've not taken my medication, clearly.
Yes.
I hear voices in my head. No, it's... annoying.
My worlds are fighting me. Oh. Touche. Okay.
Yeah, the snail has gotten to me. God damn it.
The snail?
Yeah, their logo, their company logo is a snail, Gaijin. So we call them the snail.
Right.
There's recently a great meme going around because I don't know where it came from, but basically it was like in a research paper that snails use 2 brain cells for complex decision making. Right? One of the brain cells goes, am I hungry or not? And the other one goes, is there food or not? Complex decision making. Ever since then we've been going, yes, Gaijin and their complex decision making. All around 2 brain cells, yes.
That's hilarious because I thought you were talking about the TikTok meme where people are like, there's always a snail following you and when the snail touches you, you disappear or die or something.
That's the immortal snail thing.
Yeah.
Decoy snail.
I love how these things appear, reappear every time. Like these kind of things never die. Like this has been a thing for how many years, and now it's on TikTok again. Wonderful.
Like the game.
Yeah.
Oh, you just made me lose the game.
I never understood that. I always thought it was incredibly stupid.
Yeah, it
Oh,
also
dear.
wasn't a thing in Germany when we were young, so
No, it really wasn't.
we had opposite day.
Good times.
Yeah.
Ah.
But yeah,
Yeah.
hope you both well.
I swear to God, if I start playing War Thunder now, I'm gonna fucking lose my shit because I know, like, every time I talk about War Thunder passionately and I shit talk the game, I'm like, maybe I should play a round of War Thunder. What's wrong, brain? What is wrong with my brain?
Like me in League of Legends.
I swear to God. Every time.
Yeah, I've not given it a go.
You should and you shouldn't.
Right.
Yeah. It's really fun. It's hard to explain what makes the game fun, but it's one of those games that is just very satisfying to play. It's this amalgamation of all of its gameplay features and mechanics that just makes it satisfying, right? Because when you drive the tank around, it feels like an actual tank, right? There's weight and inertia to it. They're not like ultra fast vehicles. This is not a battlefield game, right? And World War II tanks are not the smartest, the fastest guys on the block, right? So it feels realistic. You see an enemy appear. Also in realistic mode, you don't get any enemy markers, so you have to use your good old Mark 1 eyeballs to spot shit. Right? So you suddenly see an animal, you hit the brakes, you don't have a stabilized gun, so that motherfucker's flopping around everywhere. You're just waiting, fuck, like, come on, stabilize, stabilize, stabilize. Okay, got it. Range, fire, and then if you see him explode, it's the most satisfying feeling in the world. Like, it's great. And you just go through all of this, and you just see that the other tank explode, and you're like, yes. The dopamine hit is insane every single time. I am addicted, I know.
No, you might enjoy Silent Hunter 3.
I've tried it. I ended up trying to install too many mods, and the game was very unstable afterwards.
Yeah,
But
that can happen. But yeah, like the same thing, like lining up a torpedo, like you're stalking them, and then the dopamine hit when you finally get a kill. You're like, whoa.
yeah, pretty much.
Oopsie.
It's exactly that, right? Because there's a bit of effort to it, right? You have an operational level of strategy, right? You can outplay your opponents quite a bit. Ignore the fact that I'm starting War Thunder background. Shut up.
Of course.
And there's an operational level of strategy to it, so you can outplay your opponents. You have to know, because there is this component of historical realism and authenticity, you need to know your tank. What are your strengths and weaknesses? And what are the enemy's tank strengths and weaknesses, right? If I'm driving in a Tiger, standard, best example for a German tank, right? Standard Tiger E, Tiger 1 Ausführung E, right? So version E, right? Early Tiger.
Naturally.
88 KWK 36 gun.
Of course.
Means you're penetrating less than 150 millimeters at the muzzle.
Penetrating.
Meaning, yes, penetrating. Something we both haven't done in a while, so we don't know. but so if you have a standard M4 Sherman come around, you know that you can penetrate an M4 Sherman at any normal engagement distance through center of mass at any time. If you have a Jumbo Sherman drive around the corner, suddenly you're in a bit of trouble because the Jumbo Sherman has additional armor plating at the front and the turret, which makes it almost impenetrable at like 100 meters plus for a Tiger.
Impenetrable.
Yes. However, if you're on a Panther with a long 75, you have a higher penetration value. You can get through the Jumbo Sherman again, and shit like that. It's like you need to know these things, like what ammo type, what tanks am I facing, what are their weak spots, what are my weak spots, and yes, it's good. Like this is also why the learning curve for War Thunder at the beginning is really fucking weird. Because it's not like an ultra steep learning curve, but it's also not that easy because there's a lot of information you're gonna have to aggregate over time. Like if you want to play well, right, you're gonna have to figure out like, oh, what's the tank I'm facing and how do I kill it, right? And then you go like, okay, so I can start identifying enemy tanks. That's good. I can start I know their weak spots. That's the next step. And not only the weak spots, but then how do I effectively kill them, right? Because like where the crew positions inside the crew compartment, where are they storing their ammo, right? If you want to go for like an ammo explosion, and there's all of this can be like there are different levels to it, and you don't ever have to go down that deep the rabbit hole. Again, you can just play it casually, but you could also go the extra step and start learning everything about the goddamn tanks in the game. 2 times.
Yeah. It's the mechanics are complex enough that you can go down that rabbit hole if you wish.
Exactly.
You don't have to.
And it's all backed up by, and the interesting part is it is backed up by the historical evidence and the documentation, right? So the tanks are going roughly as fast as they would in real life. They are maneuvering about as well as they would in real life. The gun damage and penetration values are roughly as what they would be in real life. So APCR underperforms an APCBC or any type of APHE overperforms in the game, but that's a different discussion. And yeah, and that's just what makes it interesting.
Oh, hang on. Sorry, bear with me. Am I?
Yeah, I'm going to end up streaming War Thunder today, aren't I? Fuck. Not again. God fucking damn it. Can't believe it. I fell for my own trap. I literally talked myself into playing the game. Oh, God. Can't believe it. Russian bias. I haven't even started talking about the Russian bias yet, but yes, Russian bias.
Russian buys?
Russian bias.
Oh,
yeah,
got
the developers might be slightly biased in favor of Soviet Union / Russia, mildly at times. The T80 BVM is bullshit. I will stand by that. Gen 3 thermals, motherfucker. You buy French thermal optics that are barely Gen 2 and you don't even have access to them anymore. Why do you have Gen 3 thermals in the game? Anyway.
Naturally.
Yes. Swear to God.
Oh, shit. I've got a meteor storm inbound. Where is it? Yeah, but over here, just building in space engineers.
Space
Down a
engineers.
hole. Yeah, it's good fun. Recommend. Am I going to survive this?
I'll reinstall if I remember. I'll reinstall it later. Oh, that reminds me. I have to send an alarm. I have to answer like 2 or 3 emails later. Whoops. Reminder. No, actually, I'm going to set myself an alarm for like this evening. Alarm. Create an alarm. Yes, for... oh no, 2100. Go.
Okay, now, chat, can I raise myself out of this hole?
Ship fuel low.
Ooh. The answer is yay.
Yay. Incredible.
There we go.
Ship fuel low.
Yeah, not much. Yeah, not much. Words even. Not much else is happening over here. Just kind of cracking on with work. Need to buy some food because there's fuck all in this flat. Went to go look at a bungalow on the weekend. Oh, bought another ant farm.
Oh my God, you bought
I
another
know.
one?
I got attached. I couldn't get rid of the queen.
What?
I know.
Oh my God.
It's just next to me now. It's all fresh and clean. It smells all clean.
Oh no. This
See?
man is...
Bugger.
How do you explain this to people?
Yeah. Well, they're cute to look at.
I mean, that's true. You need, I mean, to be fair, you'd need someone that's at least as crazy as you anyway, that wouldn't be, turned off by an ant farm, I guess.
Yeah, well, they just do their thing. They just sit on the table and...
Yeah, I mean, that's fair. It's a fairly low intensity,
Yeah, it's like having an aquarium.
yeah, pretty much.
But I don't need 2 aquariums, but here I am.
To be fair, I think I'd prefer the aquarium over the ant farm.
Yeah.
What, it's like buying non-taxable waifus? What do you mean? It's not quite the same. Also, my waifus are tax deductible. The virtual ones, at least.
I think I'd prefer the ant farm because it's significantly less work.
Than an
People
aquarium.
underestimate how much work an aquarium actually is.
Just spend enough money on the high-end aquariums.
How is throw money at it your solution to everything?
Because throwing money at it is usually a very usable solution. It does often work. That's the problem. Yes. I've been too busy to join the stream recently, but every notification I've seen just furthers the evidence that SWAT is legit a War Thunder addict. Shut up, chat! Shut
Why?
up!
Just
Because
constant
I
War
just
Thunder,
went-
War Thunder, War Thunder.
I just went live playing War Thunder again. So like they're
you
like,
just went live.
you're playing War Thunder again, SWAT. We can see you. I know, chat. I know you can see me. It's fine. I'm okay. I'm not addicted. I might be slightly addicted. Okay, maybe I'm majorly addicted, but that's not the point. It's okay. It's fine. It's a good video game. I tell myself. Maybe if I say it often enough, it'll become true. Ah, my fucking god. Absolutely hate it here. Oh my god. Ah!
What was that sound? What's that clack clack sound?
My pistol.
Really? Dude, did you just load a gun?
No, I didn't load it. I just put it away. I just
He takes it apart and
It's
puts
my-
it back
it's
together.
my-
It's
it's
like
my
a
version.
stim
It's-
toy.
It's my version of a fidget spinner. Okay, it's fine. I'll just have it on my desk. Anyway.
I am so concerned right now.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Oh damn, don't have any silicon.
What a wonderful time.
Well, I have more meetings to get to, so I'll see you guys later.
Take care. Have a good one.
Bye.
Bye.
Okay. I just got a bunch more metal. No, I didn't. What the fuck? Oh.
Incredible.
Did I not dock? I did dock. What's going on?
SWAT, you are amazing. Thank you, Baldwin. I appreciate it. At least I'm not like Whiskey, who constantly loses her fucking Glock springs every time I talk with her. She's worse than I am.
Can
with
you
that
not play with a gun?
Well, I'm not playing with it. I'm just doing press
I can hear you
checks.
literally playing it. Yeah, put it down.
Yeah.
It's kind of weird,
Okay.
dude. It's kind of weird.
Okay, there's no ammo in it. At the moment. And I only got 2 magazines, unfortunately, because Vita's being a cheap ass and not providing 3 anymore.
Have you seen my my contact
God damn
juggling
it.
balls?
Yep, sorry, your what
Have a
balls?
look. Look. So I've had these for years under my bed, but I've always forget to practice with them. These, see these?
What on earth? Oh, that actually looks kind of fun.
So I've got loads of them. I've got like 7 of the things, and you can do like different things. It's like a street magic thing. Like,
Oh, right. Yeah, I've seen those before. Those are nice.
yeah. But they've just kind of lived under my bed in a velvet bag. After one of them almost set fire to my duvet by being a sort of magnifying glass.
Oh, right. Okay.
I smelled the smoke,
yeah.
and I turned around like, what was the smell? And it was the sunlight going through one of the balls, burning the bed.
Oh no,
Yeah.
that's actually really funny, but also kind of
Terrifying,
Kinda,
yeah.
It's kind of terrifying. Yes.
But yeah, as a result, I always forget to sort of get them out and practice with them. So I've wanted to learn how it works for years, but I've never really put aside the time.
Yeah.
And also, they're really heavy. So you need like quite a bit of room, because if you drop one, it's going to break something.
Right, but they don't break themselves, but they might break you and your furniture.
Well, they might. They're also
Oh.
quite fragile. So yeah.
Oh, okay. Never mind.
Yeah,
Okay.
so they're both heavy and fragile. So the problem is it's not really the sort of thing you can play with at your desk.
Right. No, that makes sense.
But yeah, they're just in front of me. I'm just playing with them like.
It's an
fidget-
interesting. Yeah, it's an interesting. Yeah, see, but that's what I mean. You know, like I also tend to fidget with things and you know whatever's close by. I also have a. If you want, I can just fidget with my knives. I don't know. That's, I
Can
don't
you
know if that's
fidget with
much better.
something that's like like contact juggling balls or something? Something a lot more chill than a weapon.
But I have my sword behind me. That's an.
Buy some contact juggling balls.
I don't know about that one.
Yeah, I can't figure out which size to put in my hand because I'm not sure if my hand's too small. Got these
It's what
smaller
she
ones.
said.
Yeah.
God damn. Soviet out here with his massive fucking ball. It's incredible. Right.
Oh, dear me. I watched a video yesterday which was really fascinating. It was about 1 hour long, and it was a gentleman in America who was pretending to be a police officer by installing police lights in his car.
Oh, okay.
And he got caught, and it was really fast. It was another one of these long-form true crime things where the police officers are interviewing him, and it's just really like, oh my god, he was like some sort of like bail recovery officer or something.
Oh, a bailsman. Yeah,
Something.
like, yeah.
And he took it upon himself to basically pretend to be a police officer, and he went like the red and blue lights in his car, and yeah, he got
I
caught.
think that's probably illegal, but depending on what state he's in, those bondsmen have surprisingly like quite a amount of power. Surprisingly, what they can do to like, serve one of those, because technically they're only the way this works, right? You've got the guy that they work for, right? Pays the fucking bail. Right, but they want the money back, so they send them out. But it's usually just to serve a new... So they get a court date, and then they only get sent out when the person doesn't attend that court date, usually. So usually those guys are only sent out to essentially deliver a new court date, but because of the inherent nature of... Because, well, that criminal, is now alleged, right? No sentencing yet, has already not attended the court date. You can imagine what kind of person that might be. So you send the guy that's, armed to serve essentially this new, like, court date. And they might have to arrest them or, like, take them. Because they're only supposed to bring them to the police station, I think, to make a new date. And that's about it. They're not, like, they don't arrest them or anything. But because of what can happen, you have this guy that goes in there essentially being prepared to arrest a person and drag them to the next police station. And I'm like, this is the craziest fucking thing. I'm like, America, what the fuck are you doing? It's like the Wild West out here. The shit's so fucked up.
But this dude was apparently, he was like stopping people and searching, like searching for them on like a database or something. And like the officer was explaining that you can't do that. Like you like he as a police officer can't do that. Like you don't, he was basically just being a vigilante. And just going all over the place trying to do whatever. He's just pretending to be a police officer, and it's terrifying.
Right.
Yeah, interesting video.
That's not good. You shouldn't do that. That gets you into trouble.
Do you have any other Do you have any other plans this week? What are you up to?
This weekend is the third Advent, right? Or is it the second? No, second. Third. So, third Advent. So, I'm going out with my family for our yearly family dinner. It's going to be goose. It's going to be a lot of goose.
Cool.
I hate
Enjoy your
geese. Great. I hate them in a living form. On the plate, they're wonderful.
Right.
So, that's gonna be great. It's gonna be pretty much all you can eat goose.
Well, enjoy time with your family.
Gonna overeat my way. Everything again, way too much. Yeah. That's always a good idea, especially considering that my grandparents are still fine-ish, but they're getting old.
Yeah.
Really getting old, and it's one of those cases of we have no idea if we're gonna have this dinner again next year in the same constellation kind of old, right? And it's like, just spend time with your family and with your loved ones, and
exactly. Hang on, trying to find the. Oh, this is my builder, but it's for space. I'm gonna have to modify it. Okay. But yeah, over here, just on with work, really.
What a surprise. Shocking, in fact.
Yes.
What? Soviet doing work on his YouTube videos?
Yes.
Say it ain't so.
Okay.
How long do you think you still need for this video?
I don't even know. Weeks.
Oh boy.
I know. It's really bad. I hope not. I hope it's good, but it's fucking taking forever.
Okay, Chris Roberts, calm down with a scope creep. Hello.
Yeah, it's not that the scope crept. It's more that I don't know. There's just a lot to do. There's just so much to do.
That makes sense.
Okay. What's the most efficient way to do this? I'm just trying to think. Oh, I know what to do. Just gonna try and weld this sucker.
Here's a little explanation. Bondsmen going and getting the guys who missed their court dates by fucking with their bond money are using a minor loophole. As in the US, everyone has the rights of citizen arrest, where you can physically restrain and transport people who commit a crime to the police station. You can't do it to people jaywalking and littering. That's, to be fair, citizen arrests also exist in Germany as a legal concept. Like, you are allowed to arrest someone for the purposes of having the police identify them later when you catch them, you know, committing a crime. Because you're not, funnily enough, so you are not allowed to ask someone for identification or force someone to give out their identification if you're not qualified to do it as like a policeman. So the legal consequence is that if someone is committing a crime and no one knows who the person is, and you see them committing a crime, you are allowed to use force to restrain the person for the purpose of the police then getting their identification and being able to serve, you know, some form of court, you know, date later, basically. So you're allowed to arrest them for the very purpose of then the police coming by and identifying them and maybe arresting them, because you're not yourself allowed to identify them. Yeah. So which also consequently then means if you know the person who is committing the crime, you're not allowed to arrest them because they're already identified. So you then have to just, you know, go to the police and, you know, report them. Legal things. Germany, very nice.
Yeah, I'm not sure how it works in the UK. I was watching a video, an extra credits video that was talking about the formation of the police force in Britain. Apparently London used to have just like a form of citizen police, that's all it was. And it took some convincing to get people to accept the concept of a professional police force. Because people were so used to the idea of, no, the citizens will handle it. But London just apparently got too big with too many strangers in it. That there's no way that could work.
That makes sense.
Hang on, that's not going to work.
That does make sense, in fact.
Thank you, Crystal Blood.
War das nicht
Thank
im
you very
Rahmen
much,
der
Crystal.
Notwehr? No, Notwehr, or like essentially emergency defense, is a different con. So, yeah, the German law in that regard gets mildly complex. But yes, you are allowed to defend yourself in Germany. There's no duty to retreat. You are allowed to defend yourself and certain Rechtsgüter, so certain essentially rights and inherent properties you have, your you know, bodily autonomy, bodily integrity, your property, your honor, all those things you're allowed to defend.
Honor?
Yes, you're allowed to defend your honor. But that's a bit hard to define what that means. But there are a few interesting court cases in Germany when it comes to that. But yeah. And yeah, you can defend those things if necessary with a lethal force, but it has to be a proportional amount of violence. But there are cases where people have defended their property with a lethal force, and that's fine. Apparently, depends on some situations, but yeah.
Okay, chat. So we're going to hit this welder and see what happens. There we go. Just welding a ship. Probably doesn't have all of the parts, though. Hang on. So I'm just making a ship that will immediately fall over if I switch off that landing gear, because it has no atmospheric engines of any kind.
That seems like an inherent design flaw.
Yeah, it's built for the space. Built for the space. Built for space.
Maybe you should have built it in space.
Yeah. Gonna have to modify it with some downward-facing turbines. Shouldn't be a problem. When was the last time, Chinny? A while, to be honest. I personally like this. I enjoy.
Oh, fucking Sturmtiger. Come on, move.
I enjoy watching something
damn it.
evolve as you sort of chip away on it, like a sculpture that you've been gradually refining. So, yeah, making something from scratch is all well and good, but I prefer to see the progression of ideas with one thing, you know. Well, hi there, Mag. Hi there, indeed, and hi there for the people joining. I'm just here on Mars in Space Engineers. There's quite a few of us all over the place, so I'm not sure exactly where they are on Mars. I've moved my base from over there to over here. So there's a little cargo thing which I'll go and disassemble. So yeah, going to build up the base, get it sealed, get it oxygenated. Yeah. Okay. So, what else do I need to add to this? So the back part can't quite be reached yet. I could just extend the welder, or I could build one of those nanite machine things. I worry if I overuse the nanite thing, it will get too easy and I'll get lazy.
I love that comment in your chat. Womble manages to sound like an art snob even while building a ship.
What did I say? Oh, yeah, I was talking about how I like seeing something evolve. Like rather than wipe the slate clean, I like to modify something I've already built and change it.
That's a lot of fun.
Yeah.
I just inevitably reached the point where I'm like, clearly the foundation of this project was so majorly flawed that you're gonna have to almost inevitably, completely, start again from scratch. Because modifying and evolving something is really fun and obviously useful, but eventually you're just reaching the limits of what you can do, right?
Yeah.
And you're like, I probably have to build something entirely new. But
Well,
this kind of thought process, and like this is what keeps me from playing games like Factorio and similar games too much, because I end up way too invested. Because factory must grow, there's always something to improve, etc., etc. And then you suddenly wonder why the sun hasn't gone down yet, and you look at your watch and you're like, oh fuck.
yeah. But
I spent the entire night playing a goddamn factory simulator.
it's fun though.
Oh yeah, I can imagine. I mean, I've played a bit, it's just I get way too much into it, that's my problem.
There you go. It's a good platform for your creativity to let it shine. There we go. Get rid of that. Oh no, wait, hang on. So speaking to the chat, what I'm trying to do now is I'm trying to... Hang on. Small atmospherics. Just trying to modify this space builder to
God
float
damn it.
in
That's
atmosphere.
a Churchill.
Which is actually much easier.
Goddamn British.
The mechanical requirements are much less. You don't require platinum.
Building, driving bunkers was supposed to be our thing, you goddamn island monkeys.
What's that? Tank? What? What's that?
Nah, there's just a British Churchill in front of me, and that thing is just a thick boy.
Ah.
Very annoying to deal with. Oh, come on!
Is it a good tank?
The Churchill? No.
No.
But it's too slow. It's too heavily armored and too slow, but it's kind of fun. You know, in a video game, that's probably a bit easier to deal with than in real life. But also the gun isn't that great, to be fair. But I just got bombed. Again, I'm playing War Thunder Ground Forces, right? Tanks versus tanks, and I just got bombed from the air. Love this experience. Ugh.
Whoops.
Someone get Digby in here to argue with SWAT, please, not again.
Why, does he think the Churchill's good?
No, because Digby and I are disagreeing on some very fundamental things about World War II equipment, to say the least.
Okay.
As long as no one brings up the Sten discussion again, we're gonna be fine.
Oh, shit.
Oh.
Okay. Looking at the time, I probably have to bog off, I'm afraid. I've kind of run out of it this morning.
And work, yeah.
Yeah, got lots to do today.
Yeah.
But no, thank you for your company.
As always, a pleasure.
Yeah,
Sorry
enjoy-
for ranting, I
That's
guess.
fine.
Not really.
Enjoy War Thunder. Hope you have fun.
Yes, I will enjoy the mines.
Cool. All right, then. Well, have a good day, and I'll see you soon.
See ya, bye.
Have a good day, man. Bye. Right, thank you for watching, everyone. So, yes, apologies, I really should head off now. I need to stop playing around in Space Engineers. So this stream, I've gone and moved my base from over there. So I've picked up some metal in the form of cobalt, in the form of nickel, iron, and have moved the base from there over to here, making the start on what will be a building cradle. So the internal section over there, with two big arms that reach outwards, holding the Meridian, which is a large ship that I rather enjoy building. It's quite chill. So, to do that, I'm just hooking up this mining vessel and building a small floating construction vessel to assist me in building this base. I don't necessarily have to. There are mods on the server which let me basically just generate a bubble of building energy around the base, nanobots, and just tell it to build it so long as I give it enough materials, but I want to. I want to physically build it by hand by, floating a ship, a welding ship, and then giving it necessary resources. So I'll build this base, be back later on, I have no doubt. So, trying to do this video essay. I can't easily quantify where I am right now, sorry. I should be around the 1 hour and 45 minute mark, but I'm not sure. The reason being is that this final segment goes a bit weird. There's lots of story, and I have to sort of let the story play at its own pace in addition to my script as I speak it. So as a result, there's large sequences of the game that is upping the runtime. So I can't tell you exactly where I am. It is going well though. I'm hoping by the end of the week I'll be entering the quality assurance for it and will be delivering this section to you as soon as possible. So hopefully I'll be able to deliver 1 hour and 45 minutes of footage, leaving about half an hour of the video left. I then do that half hour, then have the video done. So it's still a few weeks, I'm afraid. I'll do the best I can. I do fancy a bit of lunch first, though, so going to go to the nearby shop, get a sandwich, and then get on with the editing. So thank you for being here, everyone. Thank you, Master Dose, Elon Chan, Crystal Blood, Messy Essie, hi there, Messy, and Frederick Scoundrel and Calliumus. Thank you, folks. Right. So, let me just have a quick look and see who's doing what. 1 second. Did I close Chrome? I think I did. Sorry, bear with me. There we go. Right. Have a lovely day, Messy. Have a lovely day indeed. Hope you and Digby are having a good week. So who's doing what? Let's have a look. So, SWAT Knight is on, doing a bit of War Thunder. In addition, no one else is on right now. So let me hand you over to ZF SWAT Knight, who's playing a bit of War Thunder. He's currently flying a plane with wings and with guns on it. That's the extent of my knowledge when it comes to this. So yes, I'll leave you with SWAT, who is flying a plane. Right, thank you for watching. Have a wonderful afternoon, everyone.